Check out this life-changing transformation that John Dorman made at age 41. He's in better shape than 21-year-olds who live in the gym. Now, here's the deal. There are two types of guys. They're the guys who say, hey, I know everything that I need to be doing. I know I need to be training 4 days a week or more. I need to be eating more protein, more veggies. I'm just not quite doing it. What happens with these guys is they say, hey, you know what? I know everything. I don't need help. I've got this. I just need more motivation, more discipline. And they end up spinning their wheels for weeks, for months, and often years because that ego doesn't let them take a different approach. These are the guys who always know what to do, but their body doesn't really show it. But then we have the second type of guys, and these are guys like John. John says, I know what to do, but I can't quite get over this hump on my own. And I need to talk with somebody who's going to be able to show me the exact strategies and tools I need to get in the best shape of my life. The first type of guy, they typically stay stuck and they keep repeating the same thing. I know what to do, but they're not getting the results. Whereas the second type of guy like John, they make progress just like this. And this is what we've helped over 2,000 guys do since 2013 in terms of our coaching program. Now, let's talk about a couple specifics because before John started, he had been training for over 20 years. In fact, if you look at his picture on the left, most guys would say, you know what, I wish I was in John's shape. But the reality is, he was not meeting the expectation that he wanted. He was a true 18 to 20% body fat in this photo on the left. And from his style of training, he loved all the heavy lifts, just like I do, bench, squat, deadlift, all this stuff. But he was using training strategies. He was training so heavy that his body was just not quite cooperating the way that it was before. His knees ached. His elbows felt like crap. His back consistently stiff. And as a guy who lived in Colorado, who wanted to ski, to hike, to be able to be outdoors and do those things pain free, his training was no longer serving him. And then you layer in the fact that he's traveling consistently for work and working on his house that he had just bought. He was doing a lot of stuff and just needed the additional support because when you're not getting results, you have to look in the mirror and say, hey, if I know what to do, how come I'm not getting it? Perhaps what I need is some support and some direction. And so what we did is we shortened his workouts. You can see that I listed heavy workouts that were about 90 minutes long. We shortened up what he was doing and actually came up with different exercises. We added different training tempo and we shortened the duration of the workouts. And when we did this, you can see he kept basically all of his muscle mass when we got him absolutely shredded by focusing on his diet. Now, the process that we went through, first, we took him through our metabolic reboot protocol. We used some elements of intermittent fasting, which helped clean up a lot of gut issues that he was having. For example, if your gut is off track, your body's not going to break down and assimilate nutrients effectively. And in fact, your immune system also based in your gut, so you're going to be more likely to get sick. And the neurotransmitters, the things like dopamine that help you stay motivated, or serotonin, which helps you relax, those are also synthesized in your gut. And so, specifically with John, we were able to cut out a lot of the gut inflammation, a lot of the issues he was having there. And by extension, he looked better, he felt better. And of course, his body was able to use the foods that he was having more effectively to fuel his workouts, but then burn the unwanted body fat. Now, as we went through this process, though, our goal is not to make the diet as aggressive as possible because what actually happens after 4 to 6 weeks, if you have a hard calorie deficit, your body's actually going to start fighting against you. You're going to move less. Your metabolic rate might slow down. You might actually see some decreases in terms of testosterone levels. John has a high performance career. He doesn't have time for that, right? And so what we did is we would strategically take his calories down and then after a little break, we'd bump him back up because we did not want that metabolic machinery or any of his cognitive function to slow down because he's got money to make, he's got projects to do, he's got stuff going on, right? You probably do too. So what we need is a plan to help you get lean, but not one that compromises everything else that matters to you in your life. And that's exactly what we did with John, and he was able to make this incredible transformation. Now, there are three key pillars that we focus on. We focus on optimizing your training with our Power Primer protocol. We want you to get jacked, build muscle, and support a healthy metabolism and testosterone, in addition to a body that can perform and look great. We're not just about being some stiff bodybuilder here. In the case of John, he's hiking, he's outdoors, he's skiing. This is exactly what I want for you. Even if those activities aren't your cup of tea, you want to be able to play basketball, football, play with the kids. Awesome. Let's optimize performance while we get you in the best shape of your life. Nutrition. The key element with nutrition is it has to flow with your life, not against it, right? If you're traveling and you're going to business dinners and so you're dialed in at home and then you fall off track on whiskey and on steak when you're on the road and then you can't get back on track, we need a more sustainable way that's going to help you stay a little bit on track when you're on the road while still creating a buffer to be able to enjoy those foods, to be able to enjoy those experiences in a way that's practical and sustainable long term. If you follow a diet and the results or the approach that you're taking is not sustainable, the results you get from it will not be maintainable. So we have to have that perfect balance between the two to get you the best possible results. Now, the third aspect is what we call accountability in our synergy coaching system. You can have the best plan in the world in terms of your workouts and in terms of your nutrition, but if it doesn't fit into your lifestyle, if it doesn't factor in stress, if it doesn't factor in travel and these different elements, it doesn't matter how great the perfect plan is if you're only executing it at 50%. A plan that is optimized for when life is chaotic versus a plan that's optimized and better than that plan for when everything is perfect, well, the one that factors in chaos is going to be exponentially better. Because take a second and think, when's the last 2 or 3 month period where you've had no distractions, no stress, no deadlines at work, anything like that? It probably doesn't happen, right? So, what you need is not just a plan that says, here's your workouts, here's your nutrition. What you need is a system. What you need is support. Because if you could have got there already, you would be there, my friend. Which brings us to where we are now. There are two types of guys. The types of guys who watch a video like this and they say, you know what? I still know exactly what to do. I'm going to keep trying it for myself, even though I spend hours each week scrolling on Instagram. I piece workouts together and I haven't really made progress over the last 6 months. Then there are the guys like John who say, you know what? My most precious asset is my time and it's my brain, it's my bandwidth. And if I'm not maximizing the results that I'm getting in the gym, I'm actually taking away from the other areas of my life, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's finances, that are also important. And so what I do is I work specifically with high performing guys like John and potentially like you who want to be able to look great naked without living in the gym. And more importantly, have a sustainable way to optimize their health and their performance in a way that fits their lifestyle. If that's you, awesome. Next step is super simple. All you got to do is go to bachperformance.com/call. Or you can even reach out to me on Instagram at bachperformance and send me a message that says coaching. I'll break down the next simple steps. And what we're going to do is we're going to hop on a short call. I'm going to break down specifically what you're struggling with, where your roadblocks are. I'm going to help outline a plan that would be built specifically for you and handcrafted around your schedule, around the gym, where all of these elements are fully taken care of just for you. And when we go through the process of the program as well, we're going to have calls. We're going to have messaging access. I'm going to be optimizing and tweaking your workouts based on your feedback, based on the results that you're getting. So you have that support of an expert level coach. You have the flexibility to train on your own schedule and you build the skill sets and the knowledge you need to never need another coach again. So if that's what you want, if you want to be able to look great naked without living in the gym and have a sustainable long-term plan, awesome. Don't hesitate. Right now, your conscience is saying, let's do something different. Botperformance.com/call. That is the answer. I will talk to you soon.